Welcome to Shorts Beyond Measure, where fashion, interiors, and psychology get the stylish, savvy, and slightly therapeutic touch.
We're Tara West, Caroline Baltz, and Allison Goldberg, a fashion stylist and 2 interior designers who are also trained as psychotherapists.
So let's get into what's trending, what's tired, and what's actually worth your time. Because good style and good decisions should never be short-lived.
Good morning, ladies.
Sorry, I was yawning.
Hello.
I'm really excited to be here. Can you tell?
Oh my God.
All right, so I thought I'd share this because we already talked about it, but so you know I'm on hormone replacement therapy, but I had to up the dose, and I'm crazy, like crazy. Everything is crazy. My hormones, obviously, from our previous episode.
I'm gonna move over a little bit,
but because I experience every side effect of everything, this is why I don't ever really do drugs, because I would be like 10 times higher than the average person.
You're sensitive.
But wow.
But that makes it cheaper too.
It does. But anyways, it's been crazy how it's leveled off, but wow, it was a couple of really intense days.
What were your biggest side effects?
Well, first of all, you have like a little bit of anxiety. So I had like a lot of anxiety. I couldn't remember anything. You get brain fog, but to the point where I could literally not remember anything, and just very emotional, very.
And libido.
Well.
Oh, Kevin had a good 10 days.
Yeah.
And it's just like out of nowhere, you know, but then it levels off. But wow, I didn't know if I could take it anymore.
Kevin might break you.
But you know what the craziest part is that a patch can have that much effect on you. Do you know what I mean? But I'm so thankful for HRT, because I would definitely not be in my marriage or okay if I didn't have it.
Right. No, and how significant our hormones and the levels are in terms of our lives, our decisions, our moods, everything.
How did you know you needed that?
I knew you were going to ask me
Because
that.
I'm like, wait, am I crazy?
No, I appreciate
because
that.
I need that.
So the first time when I went 2 years ago is all of a sudden, I started getting a little fat around my belly, and
fupa?
I did, and I didn't change. Nothing had changed. Like I was always doing the same thing. So and also I was really sad, like in a way that I've never been sad, and I really know myself, but I was like sad, and also I'd get pissed off at the stupidest thing. I think I guys told you, a jeweler pissed me off about something. A jeweler, it's jewelry,
Right.
And I was like, fucking bitch.
Yeah, you're like, this isn't me.
Yeah, and so then when I took it, immediately the mood changes. Like it flips your mood very fast, which is a great thing, and then everything else subsided. And this time, it was like 3 weeks ago, I started getting really sad in that same way, and I wanted to kill everybody. Like somebody would say something into my head, I'm like, you're such a fucking bitch.
I feel like my hormones must have been off my entire life then.
But you know what I realized after the first time I took it is I probably needed it 3 years before.
Yeah.
And my doctor wasn't going to give it to me originally because my levels didn't show that they were off. But I told him I wasn't going to leave the office unless he gave me something, because I knew.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't okay.
Yeah. Well, you do know yourself so well, and the work that you've done on yourself, that's where it pays off.
Yeah.
So where do you wear the patch?
You put it on, I put on the top of my buttocks.
Can we see?
No. But the thing is, a lot of women, so many women I know are going through menopause or premenopausal, and I tell them you should take the patch. It really is life-changing. And then now you can't even get the patch because it's sold out. But really, it is that intensely helpful.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that I have it. I can't imagine back in the day, what did women do?
When does perimenopause start? I'm really
Well, how old are you?
43.
I mean, you could, I don't know, it really is genetic in some ways. You should ask your mom.
My mom was early. She was 44 when it started.
So you could be starting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean,
but what's the reason for me being a bitch all those other years?
Your reflective sigh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always good to get checked. And honestly, if you feel like something's off, then you should speak up for yourself, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten it.
I got the advice to get a Dutch test taken just to get your baseline, so you know where you are even before you start having symptoms. So it's like, this is you in your normal phase, and then we know what sort of the hormonal balance that you feel good at.
Right. And I had a hysterectomy, so we have a really hard time gauging
I
where
didn't
I'm
know
at.
that.
Yeah, it was an emergency situation like 8 years ago.
Oh gosh.
And so I'm okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm here.
and you weigh a lot less because you don't have all those organs.
Right. They took it out. But so for me, it's hard to gauge. But for other people, obviously, your menstrual cycle comes and goes. There's a lot of other ways, indicators. But anyways, I just thought I'd share that because I know a lot of women listening who are definitely going through it. And sometimes you have to adjust the dose. Like 2 years later, I'm probably deeper into the cycle of menopause than I was before.
Sure.
So, Dave's like, this is great.
Yeah.
But Dave, if you end up dating women my age, that's what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
You're going to see a patch or two on
I
the
know.
tushy.
Dave's gonna start carrying it around in his backpack of tricks.
No, I know perimenopause is a super real thing. A lot of people I know, some podcasters too, they talk about it, and it's brutal.
Yeah.
It seems to be brutal. So you can, the patch is now not a thing, but are there alternatives?
I'm sure there are alternatives, but most of the people that I know are on the patch because it's just a very simple thing that you can do. It does come in a pill format, but most people I know do the patch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are we talking about today now that we got Tara's hormones out of the way?
No, but I appreciate you sharing, your life and your struggles and your triumphs and everything. I mean, we all do, but like it can really help other people and you're not afraid to put things out there.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so today we were going to be talking about the red car effect. And it basically goes back to this theory that when you go and you buy a red car and you're driving around, you see so many more red cars than you ever saw before. And it reminds me of a professor that I had in grad school that said, be careful because as a therapist, just because you have a hammer, not everything is a nail.
Okay, explain that to me.
So it's like just because you have this lens of a diagnosis of like, oh, it's bipolar, that doesn't mean that somebody who's just like talking fast at lunch has bipolar, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay, so how does that sort of trickle out into our work? Like, I don't know. I can think of a couple different examples.
Tell us.
Well, so I know you always push me on this and I really appreciate it, but like say we find this carpet that we love and it comes in 25 different colorways.
Oh, I hate when you do this.
I know, and I hate it. I mean, I love that you hate that I do it because it keeps me honest, but sometimes I'm like, oh, well, we could remember with that carpet that we just used with so-and-so, we could use that here. And Allison's like, no, we don't. We want to be fresh. Every look that we do, we want to, and it would be easier to just, I have the sample, so let's bring that in, and it's a good price point, and you're like, no, like everybody's fresh.
Yeah. I think that's great because I have worked with an interior designer a long time ago. Obviously, I'd use you guys now. But anyways, you could definitely tell whose house she did. It was all similar.
Yeah.
In the regard of you just knew it, which I think some people probably have a signature, right? You might have your signature, but that is a really good point because you don't want to like spend all this money, feel like you're unique, and then realize you're not.
Yeah. And I also like, if we're trying to make each person's house feel like their family or be individual, if we throw the same carpet in there each time, there's no individuality.
Right. It is true.
Be creative, Caroline. Stop slacking.
Well, you could probably just see, you probably are drawn to it for a reason because it can fit many places.
Exploding linen. I love it. We should put that in there.
It's such an easy pattern to work with, and then you can go bolder on other things. Like, I don't know, I rationalize it in my brain. I'm like, oh, well, but it's a good price point, and they'll like it, and like, why should we spend another 45 minutes looking around for more carpets? And I don't know.
Because you're getting paid to do that.
Because that's your job. No, but I have the similar thing because for instance, camisoles are really big right now, right? And so I'm bringing a bunch to clients, and I really love how it elevates a look very simply, la la. But I have to remember, you can't do the same kind of look for, even if they don't know each other and they're very different lives. I got to be cognizant not to do it because I do get caught in that. I get caught in like a vibe or a look or a trend that I think is really great for so many people, but you can't do that.
Right, because they're paying you for that individuality. They're paying you for that uniqueness. And so, right, like even though maybe everybody would look good in the camisole, it's sort of like pushing yourself to elevate and keep getting more creative.
Right.
Do you guys ever have the opposite of red car effect? Because I feel like when I go shopping and I'm specifically looking for something, like I've been wanting like a chocolate brown bag, right? Like so goes with all like the new trends for clothing and everything. No matter where I look, I can't find the right one.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like all of a sudden I'm seeing 400 chocolate brown bags. It's like, nope, that doesn't work. Nope, that doesn't work.
That happened. I had this one client. She wanted a low-rise jean, and that's when high-rise jeans were everywhere. Like, you couldn't even find. And so I went on a mission. This when Barney's was still here, because I remember going to Barney's, and they were the only place that had a low-rise. So it took me days and orders and whatever. And so I bring her the low rise, and she's like, "Oh, I just realized I just want a high rise."
That would be like me. If I was your client, I'd be like,
that would be it.
This is what I want. And then you'd bring it, and I'd be like, I don't know if I like
But
this.
to your point is, sometimes you want things that aren't there. And so how do you find it? Well, now you can source anything. So I feel like somebody could find you a brown bag if you want.
I found one.
Okay.
But one thing that helps us stay in that unique space is we name our projects. So Modern Heritage is not going to have the same thing as Preppy Coastal, right? And so
Unless you bring in your favorite carpet.
But it helps us like align. Is this meeting like our mission, what we're really trying to do? And every piece has to fit that.
Do you guys ever just get so stumped, like, or you walk out of a house and like, whoa, how are we going to do that?
I feel like sometimes, but that's the benefit of having two of us, because then we're like, oh my God, this is never going to work. We'll go talk it out. And then Caroline will be like, what about this? And then we all start like building off of that.
Yeah.
But can I ask a question, like red car effect, like in a broader sense? So all our kids are on devices. They're all on Instagram. They all like, and Big Brother's watching. They hear what you're saying. So all of a sudden your algorithm starts showing you red car after red car after red car after red car until you believe it's true, right? It's like so screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I'm sure you guys heard about how Meta is responsible for social media and addiction and mental illness in children and teens, which I think is so powerful. But they're popping up now are like bars where you put your phone in a hotel, you know, like or whatever, and like you just get away from it. Like we're actually having to put limits on people so that they have social mores of how to behave with their technology.
Right. Yeah. Eye contact.
My son, he has this great friend. She lives up the street. They've known each other forever. I love her. And so she came over the other day, and they're freshmen in high school. So we're sitting in the living room, and all of us are on our phone. And I said, you guys, everybody put their phone down. This is ridiculous. I want to know what's going on. Like this, I have like 3 minutes with you guys, which I never get, and they were like, like they didn't even realize, you know, I didn't either until I took a moment and was like, this is ridiculous. We're all in here together.
I feel like I scroll all the time, but like, it's also no issue for me not to have my phone.
Right.
Whereas other people in my house, like, have walked into walls because they're staring at their phone.
It is an addiction for me. I work so much on my phone that it's like that's not great either, because I have to constantly be on it, and that takes away from being present. It does. I know it does.
Yeah, no, but I think we're going to see more restrictions, just like smoking. You used to be able to smoke on airplanes, and then it was like, okay, here's the smoking section, and then, okay, now outside, okay, now not even 1,000 feet from the building or whatever. Like, we kind of have to have these sanctions put on us for how to behave in the world sometimes.
Yeah, well...
You can also like hide apps. I know you're on Instagram all the time, but like sometimes when I need my phone because I need to like, source stuff or whatever, but I don't want to be on Instagram checking stuff. You can just put it in a hidden folder and then, bring it back when you want.
Or there are the apps too that say a 15-second delay. Like, do you want to actually open this?
Interesting. But I would just say yes.
Do you guys use apps a lot to find things? Because, for instance, if I'm with a client and I'm in their closet and we're talking about, let's just say you want like a red shoe,
Red car,
Red
red
car.
shoe. We're staying on brand.
But it's specific, so I'll be it's so easy. I'll just go on my phone and we'll try to find it, or I'll find it later. And also if I'm shopping for somebody and I'm looking for something, I usually go on. Do you guys do that? Like, what do you use to work through or find things for your business?
I mean, we don't do it in the moment in the client's house, but yeah, we mainly source things online, and then we put it into a mood board. But yeah, we don't like to give just the red shoe, right? Because you have to see the whole overall look, which is sometimes hard for clients. So yeah, we definitely source online, but then like have another meeting to deliver it.
Got it. All right. Well, this has been great. Yeah. Go get yourself a red car.
Or a red shoe.
Or a red shoe.
Who's searching up Louboutins right now?
Me.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's it for this week's Shortlist. Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, share it, leave a review, or let us know what's on your short list.
Shorts beyond measure, because the most important things in life can't be quantified.